I always wait to say anything now.
Why?
Just to make sure everything works. Because Gremlins. Yesterday, we did a Liam and Joe show for just over 2 hours. Everything was fine. We stopped the Liam and Joe show. We prepped for the evening show, etc., etc. We launched the evening show, fine for 15 minutes, and then OBS went, nope.
Yeah.
Just flat shit itself.
Yeah.
Really odd. So I'd like to just quickly check now, just because Gremlins are a thing. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening. And it is quite juxtaposed from yesterday's shitty weather. It's beautiful out there at the moment. Blue sky, sunshine, nearly 20 degrees. It's lovely. It's not the nicest room to be sat in with the filming light on and a computer running, because it's actually quite sticky. Sticky right now. Very nice. Sticky. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons first. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. That subscribe button is specifically for those of you watching on demand. YouTube gives me data. There's like 30% of people watching on demand aren't subscribed. Press the fucking button. It's free. All right. So today, as you all know, because I say this most Wednesdays now, Wednesdays is Lucy's day off. So off she fucks to do what she wants, and I have to stay here and hold the fort and look after the children. Can't complain. She does it 6 days a week, so I get to do it once. After last night's epic game, actually, and if you haven't watched it already, you should check it out. It was great fun against Paddy running Space Wolves. It got me thinking. So what I did yesterday to build a list was I grabbed all the new models that we had painted. I grabbed other cool shit that I thought looked cool. I chucked it on the table and off I went. And I went and played a game with the Beast Slayer detachment on stream yesterday against Paddy and the brand new sisters that we had. So what I did today, chat, was I sat with this beautiful tome and I started writing what I think is one of the better lists I can come up with on this. And I was going through and fine-tooth combing the data sheets. And I've not the first time I've done it. I've done it a few times since I've had the book. But I do it again. What goes in the list, what comes out the list, what synergizes well, what works well. How many units can I get in that are just from this book? How many units do I need from Codex Space Marines? Do I need anything from Codex Space Marines? Etc, 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 right? And as per usual, there's some really fucking odd choices in this book. And I don't think in 10th edition so far, we actually have any real logical way in which they decide what stays and what goes from a book. So there's a number, if you're unaware, especially if you're newish to the hobby, each Codex release at the moment, there seems to be being a number of units that are disappearing from Codexes. Units that you've been able to take for a while, perhaps people have got models for them, perhaps those models aren't that new, and then the new book comes out and that model can no longer be used. As an Eldar player, famously loads of players had Karandras, who no longer exists in the Codex. As a Blood Angels player, they used to have lots of different Death Company units. Specifically, they had their Dreadnoughts, Librarian Dreadnought, Death Company Dreadnought, all basically gone. And this has happened on a few occasions. There's a few different factions that have come out that have lost stuff. Things have disappeared. Guard lost Yarick, you know, things like that. Sometimes not quite so big. Space Wolves, I basically assumed all of the Firstborn Dreadnoughts would be completely gone. To my surprise, when I received the book a little while ago, all of them stayed. Now, I'm not entirely surprised that Bjorn stayed. I was more surprised that the other 3 stayed. I think it's probably because, genuinely, just because they're the same kit, if you're going to keep one of them available, you might as well keep all 4 of them available. I was also massively surprised to see Thunderwolf stay, despite the fact they removed all the Thunderwolf characters. I was surprised to see Fenrisian stay, especially considering the head takers get their own wolves that come with them in the box right now. So I assumed that we would just let you buy those instead at a higher price than buying actual Fenrisians. I was surprised that Wolfen stayed. I was surprised actually that Auric stayed, as did the Iron Priest, but everything else disappeared or got a new model. And it got me thinking, how the fuck do they decide? Because there's no way they were selling hundreds and hundreds of Iron Priests. Or Aurics. But why have they stayed? I mean, they're slightly newer kits. Slightly newer. They're not that new in the grand scheme of things, but they're slightly newer kits. I can understand that they probably are selling tons of Thunderwolves because their rules in 10th edition were pretty good before. Maybe that's a sales-based theory. But those characters all went to go with the Thunderwolves. I don't understand. I'm not sure I know how the fuck it works or how they decide, so I'm open for a chat about it. Let me know what you think. Stick it on a postcard. Tell me how you think Games Workshop decides. Is it purely data-driven? Is it mold-driven? Is it finance-driven? What is it? It probably is almost always finance-driven. It's a company, right? But it just seems really random. The stuff that stays, the stuff that goes. I didn't think that we would keep Thunderwolves, Fenrisians, Wolfen, or any of the unique Dreadnoughts. I thought that would all go. I thought we might get a new Wolf Lord. We didn't get a single Wolf Lord. Very odd choice. Especially when we have that battle leader who you could just have as a Wolf Lord, but that data sheet's gone. Really bizarre. Really bizarre. Let me know what you think. And then we're just going to have a normal Wednesday stream and chat nonsense for the evening.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think what they do is they just have a dartboard. They just go, bang, that one stays, because we hit it. Bang, that one stays, because we hit it. We've got all the 40 data sheets on the wall, or the 50 data sheets on the wall, got 15 darts. Whatever we hit, that's what stays. Bang, that one stays.
We should do that. That should be all of life's proper choices. Is on the dartboard.
Yeah.
Even numbers, we do it. Odd numbers, we don't.
Oh, I like that. Should we get dartboard?
Shall we pay the rent? Go.
Bang. Sorry, landlord. Not your day.
But you understand, it's the dartboard.
We did use a dartboard. It's perfectly fair.
It's not us.
They do the drugs and throw darts at a wall.
See, Sam agrees. It's dartboard. Gaz says, I'm pretty sure it's all based on the Liam and Joe show chats. That is what Joe would lead you to believe, Gaz. The amount of times something is released by Games Workshop, new updated rules, changes in chapter approved, whatever it might be, the amount of times Joe will go hunting old streams to find the show where he said that's what they should do. And half the time I have to say to him, Joe, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. Sometimes he did. But half the time he didn't say that. Because Joe's got it in his head, by the way. Games Workshop watch the shows and they're making decisions on their massively lucrative product that makes them millions and millions and millions of pounds based on what we say.
No.
No. You can't convince him otherwise.
No.
You cannot convince him otherwise. But it's because we sit down. because Joe and I like to think Joe and I mostly, dare I use these words with Joe in a sentence, but I like to think that Joe and I mostly come at the game from a relatively common sense perspective. We're not hyper competitive people approaching it from a very, very competitive perspective. We're not super narrative people who want every single thing you do in the world to be a dice roll on D75 just because we need to make sure it's really granular and accurate. We're not those people. We just sit in the middle of the beer and pretzels, garage hammer vibe, enjoy ourselves, have a beer, play some Warhammer vibe. So when we see something that's wrong, what we do is we go, well, this is how we'd fix it.
Daredevil reading tea leaves for these decisions.
Thanks, Jill, for the tea. So we, you're a legend. So we sit there and we're like, so this is how we would do it because it kind of makes more sense.
I'm supposed to be writing down all these super chats, aren't I?
Well, you say all.
Oops.
And I think now what's happening, they've got a new boss in charge of the Warhammer 40k rules team at Games Workshop. I think what he's doing is he's applying similar common sense approaches. It just so happens that means that we kind of come to the same conclusion on a lot of things. Not everything.
I see.
So I don't think they're watching at all. I just...
do you have a pen again?
No, because you had... No, where's my Red Saints pen I gave you?
Because...
Where's my Red Saints pen that I gave you?
Because things need writing down in this house.
Where's my Red Saints pen that I gave you?
This isn't the writing room.
Where's my Red Saints pen?
It never happens in this room.
That happens to be my only Red Saints pen.
Do you know what? I'll go and find my own pen, for God's sake.
Because you find my fucking Red Saints pen that I gave you. Thanks, Jill, for the 2. And thank you, Evan, for the 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend.
No, stop gifting. I can't write it.
It had already happened, Lucy. It had already gifted.
Pen.
Is it my Red Saints pen?
No, it's my pen.
Where's my Red Saints pen?
We'll never know. Okay, nobody gift, nobody comment.
Next Wednesday.
Nobody do anything.
Next Wednesday.
Until I've written it down.
Next Wednesday, you have to go into the mega store at the stadium and get me a new Saints pen. You owe me a new Saints pen.
Have they got the work experience kid on a task?
Always. The work experience kid is often running the company, Jill. Thank you for the $2. You're a legend. GW are off their heads. GW are always off their fucking heads, Kai. Without doubt. Don't watch the streams and do not base anything of what you guys say. GW is the anti-free publicity, so they would be anti-free labour. Yes. I do want to know where my Red Saints pen is, though. I like that pen.
Oh, wonky line.
You've got a fucking ruler! How have I made you do a wonky line when you've got a fucking ruler?
The whole aesthetic of my tally.
Honest to God. Did you
Worst day ever.
Did you guys enjoy the Space Wolf Battle Report? Are we on board with the Wolves? Woo! My tunic turned up, chat.
28th. The 28th of May.
It is. I need a belt for the tunic. I don't know where I get an old Nordic style belt from.
NordicStyleBelt.com.
A genius, yeah. Who put 20p in you today? Is it because you've had a day out of the house enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Don't be bringing that positivity in here. I don't want to hear it.
I knew that mosquito would get me on the bus, and now my lovely histamine goes absolutely bonkers whenever I get bitten, and then I come out in hives, which is lovely.
Hello last break, and hello sneaking in a little postcard during said break.
Thanks, Johan.
Freedom's not too far off. Shift ends 22. So hello chat and team Liam. Hope you're all having a great evening.
I'm having a good day. Well, actually, I started off having a really shit day because I slept like turd last night, which is... It happens once in a blue moon. I hadn't had a bad night's sleep since we were in Coventry, so I can't really complain. And then I slept like turd last night for apparently no reason at all.
Was Star the first one to do anything?
Yeah. Then I went to the supermarket this morning to get the food that I was going to make for me, the boys, and Luce, and forgot the key ingredient for Luce and I. And so I got back here, realised I hadn't got it when I unpacked the shopping bag, and got really fucking pissy. And actually, the day's been okay since. So I was like, it's going to be a bad day, and then I recovered it. I sat here, I built myself some cheeky models, got myself my first blood claw, my little blood claw built. Oh, these little guys, look at these. Look at him with his axe loose. He's got an axe. Oh, Viking. Viking. Fucking love it. Although I found a thing that triggered me about blood claws and grey hunters, chat. I found a thing that triggered me. Hugely, actually. Love the Wolves report. Bring on the Viking battles. Feels like the Great Hall has completed itself. It feels like the most natural army for me as the person who runs the Great Hall. I'll be honest. I am looking at all the blank. I genuinely am looking at all the blank Space Wolf shoulder pads, and I'm thinking about. I've got like 3 packs of the molded ones in the studio. And I think about bringing them home to have the wolf head on one side, but I'm also thinking about. And I don't know if this is possible. Maybe someone out there of the 120 people watching can help me with this. I'm thinking about seeing if I can make Viking Compass logo decals for shoulder pads.
I've heard you say this before.
Yeah. I wonder if we can do like a sheet of 100 Viking Compass logos as decals. And I can put them on all my wolves' shoulders then. That would be fucking incredible.
You should freehand it.
Fuck off. I can't freehand it on pen and paper. But like, I think that would be cool. I was thinking a whole bag of Quality Streets in like a nose bag. Don't do it, Dave. Dave's got sugar withdrawal because he's cutting off the sugar.
Yeah.
There's no real answer. Bread and water.
No, I think when I started to home cook properly, I didn't really have the sugar cravings because a lot of home baking has copious amounts of sugar in anyway. But I actually think it's the shit that's in confectionaries and store-bought baked goods. Because when you home bake, I can't ever finish a whole cake.
Yeah.
My brain tells me I'm full, but if I buy a cake, I have way more than I would normally. So I think it's the shit that's in it.
Eating slowly as well also helps to not feel full quicker.
Yeah, our food isn't as chewy as it used to be.
Yeah, but the faster you eat, it takes your body longer to register that you're full, so you pile more in after the point. So you basically fill past the full point, and you keep going.
But
then you end up doing what Joe does, where he sat in the chair in the studio and he can't move because he's eating a meal for 4 to himself.
But I had, so I changed to home cooking a long time ago, way before I had my clinician appointment for autoimmune and stuff, way before. And part of the workup was cholesterol. And I was sat there thinking, here we go. This is where they tell me that I'm technically obese and that I need to lose quite a lot of weight and that will miraculously cure me. And although I am heavier than I should be, my cholesterol came back as spirit level perfect.
Yeah.
And when the nurse told me that, my head whipped around so quick that she even said to me, was that not what you were expecting to hear? And I said, no, not at all, because I use butter, sugar, whole milk, lard, dripping, like goose fat. I don't use sweeteners or margarines or any. I'd use the proper thing.
Dave says I could wallop a whole cake, a 3-tiered motherfucker, and I'd gnaw on the supports. I honestly, Dave, ride it as best you can, mate. Honestly, it's all you've really got. What's up to their link? Whose link?
But
Jill says Scumbag for Customs does custom decal prints. Are they good quality though? Like, because the thing is, the GW ones that come in the Space Wolves box are fucking gorgeous. Look at those. They're really crisp, really clean. And I historically have been a person who is mostly a fan of using molded shoulder pads. I'm bad with stickers. These are essentially stickers, right? But Joe reckons he can help me with the stickers in terms of a better method of getting them on, which is quite nice. But I would need them to be as good quality as these because these are really crisp. So when you say you can print them yourself, if I use Luce's printer, it's not going to look as good. So, what's up to whose link? But these are cool as shit. These are really nice. Look at these. I thought you had finished your sentence.
no, I had not. I'm going to play this back to you later in the kitchen.
Oh, wow. Well, we're talking about Warhammer stuff, all right? It is a Warhammer show. Microsol and set. I've got Microsol and set. I've never used it. 2 full bottles. But I've heard amazing things about it. Scumbag is very good. I've never heard of them. Decals. What about a leather strap bandolier? I can't really make those either. As an Orc and Grey Knightish player, so glad Space Wolves have been done correctly. Good. They have been, yeah. Remind me, I still need to source some transfers for my Marines. No end of sentence, Alice. Hey? Oh, let's come back for custom things. Thanks, mate. Cool. Interesting. I want Grey Hole logos as decals anyway. I think that would be cool. I think we can do that. What were you talking about anyway?
My cholesterol coming back as perfect, despite me eating butter, sugar, milk, cream.
Yeah, I heard all that.
Lard dripping, all of that. And then you just started going, so anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Oh no, I read Dave's relevant comment about he can wallop a cake a 3-tier motherfucker and I ignore on the supports.
And then you got the stickers
out. And I looked
out.
at you and you didn't respond. I was like,
because
okay,
I was over here in shock.
We'll talk about the fucking decals then, won't we? Jesus. It's almost like it's called the Warhammer Show.
I'll go then.
You can't do your book then, can you? That you promised everyone you'd do. Got them, never used. Why is my decals bad? I've never used them, but I've never really I got them. So I tried to do decals years and years and years and years ago, and I used to have a massive problem with them ripping in half and breaking. And then I got Microsol Microset a few years ago because I got told it was good, but I've never tried to apply a decal since. So it's not like I got Microsol Microset and then tried to put decals on without the stuff. That's not what happened. Like I've only had it for a couple of years.
Any thoughts of a loose story time camera? Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Luce doesn't want a camera, Adam, because sometimes she sits there and dresses down. I took everything in my pile of shame off the sprues and made a bits box. I have so many transfer sheets. I also have a box 1998 Tactical Squad. That's probably worth a few quid now. Decals are easy unless you have giant gorilla hands. Oh, yeah, I'm fucking ham-handed with them. But Joe Brom's used them a lot as well with the Microsoft Microset stuff, so I'm pretty sure we can apply it properly and nicely. I just need to practice on it. So what I probably need to do, in seriousness, is just get a bunch of, like, Boggo Space Marine shoulder pads not glued to models and just practice with decals I don't care about till I'm happy. But I also know that, like, Blood Claws and Space Wolves have got the weird shoulder pads where they're, like, red and yellow with, like, angular designs. And that's all painted on, and I've never done that before, and I want to give it a go.
You could make a 3D model out of a Viking compass JPEG and join said model to a shoulder pad mesh. That way, you could also do vehicle door decals. Did that with the Titans logo for their channel army.
I don't... Although this is wildly off the topic I was going to talk about tonight, chat. Printed... or molded shoulder pads versus decals. What do we prefer? I used to always want molded shoulder pads all the time. I'm leaning towards decals look better on Space Marine shoulder pads. 1993 bolters and backpacks. Jesus Christ. I also gloss varnish before application. Yeah, I did that. I glossed before, I matted before, when I did decals before. The problem I had was I'd gloss varnish, right, Des. I'd gloss varnish it. I'd dunk the fucking decal in the water, cut round it, dunk it in the water, hold the tweezers. I'd then put the decal next to the shoulder pad and brush it off so it's come off of the decal paper onto the model. And 70-80% of the time, it worked. And maybe 20% of the time, the decal just ripped in half. Decals done well look better. I prefer decals. The molded ones are out of scale in my opinion. Molded if it's available, right? Printed all the time. Transfers are last resort. 2 for 2 there, chat. I think I just prefer the smooth shoulder pads and not having to... Because so the thing I have with painting... Have I got a molded one to hand? I haven't. I don't know, I could probably show you on this anyway. Problem with molded ones is I don't like to just paint I have to paint all the edges as well. I just get, oh, it's a faff. Imagine just being able to paint a shoulder pad one colour and slide a decal, one job done. Have you got Dreadnaught's yellow one?
Yes.
We still, at the moment, only have 5 members. You'll be glad to know.
Decals better on SM due to keeping the clean lines.
I was never that way. I was always printed. Now I'm kind of going down that route. Ockigor. Thank you, 2 bucks. Molded shoulder pads. Decals are shit, especially for non-flat surface like shoulder pads. Molded pads fit the aesthetic of 40k significantly more than a picture. I don't know. I love how flipped it is, how like 50-50 it is. I just use whatever dirty paint water is next to me. Never had an issue. I do Llama medium over it though. Dirty paint water, Squid? No, it's got to be clean. Treat decals right. I like grim dark in the decal. It looks much better. That's the other thing, is you can weather a decal better. Johan, thank you for the 1 gifted. 5 members. That's how many people Yeston saw watching Mikey stream. Lol. That can't be true. Do a poll. You do a poll. I wish that moderators could start polls.
Oh, I wonder if I can.
Hit the little plus sign.
Where's the plus?
Well, you can't then.
Is it
bottom right of chat. So where there's $1, I've got a little plus to the right of it. I've got start a Q&A, start a poll.
I had that a little while ago. Is it in the same bit that's like your super stickers, super chat?
Yeah. Morty Hammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. We're on 7, team. It's a slow start tonight. Can we race to 20? That would be great. Start a Q&A? No, because it's 3 questions then. I'm not doing that to you, Ash. Jesus. You sure? I caused destruction with just basic permissions. He's not wrong. It's a good job we fucking love you, Dave, isn't it? Saw Dave on Friday.
Dave met his daughter's boyfriend the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't know what to make of him.
Jill, thank you for the 1 gifted. How old's Dave's daughter?
18? 19?
Oh, God, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mate. 18, 19. Is she 18, 19, Dave? Is that true? Jill, thank you for the 1. We're 2 away from 10, chat. 12 away from 20. Let's get to 20 before 8 o'clock. 20 before 2000. 20 for 2000? Well, I saw him on Friday. He seemed reasonably calm. She's 18. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, Dave.
But she's very sensible.
Yeah, well.
And he sounds very sensible.
Well, let's just hope he's been practicing his pull-out game. Why was that a sigh of disappointment? Roland Bay, thank you for 20. Thank you so much. Arkingdor, thank you for the one. Dave will swear at me in private later now as well.
I hope for you, Roland Bain, that you'll
The sound of
find
disappointment.
your intellectual equal one day.
Yeah, me too. Yes, thank you for the one gifted. Liam, your dick. It's not my dick you got to worry about, Dave. We're on 30 for 20. Look at that. Banging. Well done, chat. You're amazing people. Thank you so much.
I reckon, Dave, that the boyfriend actually sounds quite lovely. And there's nothing to worry about.
I like to think, for the most part, that not always true, but sometimes the partner the person picks is reflective of the parenting they received. Does that make sense?
Isn't that like psychologically proven though?
No, I don't mean like you go for someone who's like your parent. I mean that if you've had a good upbringing, you're going to make good choices. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'd imagine, Dave, you'll be fine. JP, thank you for the one gifted. Squidfist, thank you for the one gifted. Luce is a membership train.
Choo-choo.
That's a late train. Fucking hell. I know our local ones are publicly funded now, but... Remember, fly spread disease to keep yours closed. That was off of Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. I need to watch that soon again.
It's not November.
No, but I miss it already. I was going to watch. Originally I was going to put it on today, and then I went and found Drive Tribe on YouTube.
That's a new one, isn't it?
It's not actually new.
New to you.
It's new to me, yeah. It's been around for ages, but, you know. I watched the MotoGP on Monday, and Hammond was there, and I didn't realise that he had that channel, so...
I have made a stamp for my chapter. Looks hand-painted. Took 5 attempts to make toe.
Looks hand-painted. That sounds incredible, Dax. A stamp? I love it. I'm getting sweaty here. Anyway, back onto the actual topic at hand. How is anyone out there with postcards? I put it on. I said to you to give me your options on yellow ones. How do you think they, or do you think they decide this in any way other than it makes the most money? Because I think it's fucking really random. Like Blood Angels have now got 14 different types of captains. Space Wolves lost all the lords. Doesn't make any sense.
What would be wrong with freehanding?
I'm shit at it.
Then why is it a discussion?
What do you mean, why is it discussion? Why is what a discussion?
I thought you were like, well, I'm equally good at both. Which one?
No. So there's molded shoulder pads. Okay, I have a model here I can show you. Okay, this one I am allowed to show you. So on the left-hand shoulder pad with the axe is a molded shoulder pad. On the right-hand shoulder pad is a smooth shoulder pad. Okay. Right. So one's molded. You see, it's got all the patterns on it that you can paint to make it look fancy.
Oh, it looks like a T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the other side, it's smooth. And what you would do is you would apply a transfer, which is this, a sticker, essentially.
On the smooth one.
On the smooth one, right? And so the question is, what do people prefer? The molded one on his left arm or the smooth one on his right arm with the transfer? There is a secret option number 3, which is freehanding. Freehanding is where you paint it.
I'm gonna say what makes the money final answer.
Thank you, Kaz, you're a legend. Keeping it on topic, I love you. So the third option is you freehand it. So you paint it, right? And then you get perhaps a black. So say you're going to do one of these, right? You get a black paint and you try and paint the wolf head on yourself on a completely flat, clean surface.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I can't. I don't have the ability.
So then just sticker it.
But you also can buy molded shoulder pads that are like the one on his left arm that are the same as these. You don't have to sticker it. You can just paint the bit black. It's already raised.
A Coliseum-style tourney named Chars +1 to 2 squad and worst result gets spooked.
Yeah, that's why Fulgrim survived fucking door, because he could beat everything. Thank you, Nick, for the 5 as well. You're an absolute legend. And John McCardle, you wonderful, sexy human, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. You beautiful man. We have just about struggled to get over halfway. John was very kind yesterday.
I know. I popped onto stream to see his amazing, amazing, amazing contribution.
Yeah, it's been a with the holiday. The holiday was fun. The holiday was planned. With the sickness, then shortly after, it was a bit panicky month. So I appreciate all of you. You're all amazing. All incredible people. How much money a model makes them and ease of cost production. So I think it's, I don't think it's one or the other, and they have to be combined. I don't think, because like I think about the Iron Priest. So if you think, right, chat. Let's be honest. I don't know if this is just me.
Gold tipped pages.
Yeah, lovely, innit? I don't think they're selling loads of him. He's also quite a recent model, but he's also not Primaris scale. I don't actually think they're selling loads of him. I don't think they're selling loads of him either. I can't imagine them making a lot of money. I just think they're relatively new. And when they made them, I'm sure. Am I right, chat? Is Ulrich, or was Ulrich and the Iron Priest released around the same sort of time as Ragnar? Because I just don't understand why they brought out small versions of them so close to all the Primaris stuff. Margin. That accounts for both. Yeah, fair. I'm going with dartboard. Carl knows. Look at Iron Priest in Impulse with Desolation Marines. I will not take Desolation Marines ever, Jonathan. So, no. GW shuffles all the data sheets and then gives 40 seconds to design the new updated data sheet before going onto the next. Amazing. Did John say anything, or did you just drop his 20 yogurt and fuck off? Highly recommend Richard Hammond's workshop on Discovery. I've got Discovery working now.
Is that the one you're watching?
No, I'm watching Drive Tribe on YouTube. His workshop on Discovery is the streaming service I get for free of my mobile phone contract that I wasn't using. That I found MotoGP on.
Oh.
It feels very random.
I think so.
Talon Masters go away while land speeders were still being played, yet Ezekiel, who is still only in metal, has a data sheet around and kicking. I'd love to know how they decide.
See, Ezekiel's a great one, Borns.
Option near 4, you can do paint stamp like when you do nails. There have just been some who have shown it for minis.
Amazing. Yeah, Ezekiel is a fucking great example. There's no way they're selling loads of his. There's no way they have loads and loads in stock, and they don't even, I'm not even sure they'll fucking produce the fucker anymore. But they have to. Do they still sell? Can you still buy him? Okay, have a look now. Space Marines. Thank you for the super chats anyway, you wonderful human beings. I love you. Because he doesn't fit with the rest of the range, does he? They still sell the Dark Angels Interrogator Chaplain, though. He's a plastic kit. He's quite nice. Boop. Oh, wait, they don't even sell Ezekiel. Is he not even available to buy? Oh, no, he is. Online only, £20. Grandmaster Ezekiel. He is an old model. The blister contains one metal Ezekiel. They're still selling metal models. Grandmaster of the Librarians. This fine detailed set of adventures armed with a force weapon and comes with a metal backpack and a banner with a sculpted Dark Angels detailing. Model supplied with a he's got a 25mm base as well. That's disgusting. Elder stuff that went into retirement made sense. Pretty much everything still in resin, and the jet bike Autarch who wasn't loved for a long time.
How could you lose to sisters? Sisters of all things, the wolves will sing of this in the Great Hall.
I didn't
Smiley
lose
face emoji.
I didn't
Kissing
lose.
face emoji.
I didn't lose his sisters, Robert. I lost to Paddy's nonsense rolling. I struggled to roll above a 2. Paddy struggled to roll below a 5. That's what happened there.
What time did you finish last night?
11.
Is that normal for you and Paddy?
No.
Is that later? I thought it was.
I played brand new Spaceballs for the first time ever. Paddy played an army he's never played before as well. And we had things like John dropping fucking 200 members, so, you know. It was a lot of fun, though. It was really good. We currently have... I'm surprised, actually. I genuinely thought that transfers would be higher than Moulded. We've got 100 votes on the poll. Moulded's currently winning. Yeah, Paddy rolled so well on his 5+s that there was not a lot I could do, unfortunately. And if you've got 4 up and runnable saves and you're rolling all 5+s, and you've got melter weapons and you're running all 5+s, it's a bit obnoxious. Not his fault, it's dice rolling, isn't it? So he's lying. Lisa went out after for 10 minutes. Remember Abaddon on a 25mm base? I remember the old Abaddon model. I used to have him somewhere.
I still need to have my refresher training on the deck.
You want to come and deck again?
Yeah. Be nice to see how I can accidentally start a fire on the deck.
Well, I mean, if I can... I tell you what, Lisa, if I can get Joe to run the deck, I can get you to run the deck.
Yay!
Clive, thank you for the one gifted. Tim, welcome to becoming a Jarl tier member all by yourself. The Jarl's only giveaway is currently live chat. If you are a Skull tier member, you can upgrade to Jarl tier for just £4. And if you do, you get access to the Jarl's only giveaway. Once you're upgraded as a membership, you go in Discord, you can just click on the link. It's free to enter the giveaway, completely free. Just click it. That puts you in. At the end of the last day of the month, the bot draws one of the people that entered at random, and you can win a combat patrol box of your choice. There you go. But thank you, Clive. And thank you, Tim, you wonderful humans. It doesn't register Tim becoming a Jarl, but I'm going to put it on here anyway. Bang. Look at that. Mold, I think, looks better, and you can do it in the colours you want, but transfers, you can remove them and do others, but are limited in colour and form. I'm going to say something controversial. Moulded looks better than transfers sometimes if the person who's painting it can actually paint.
Missed Wargunner lol.
You have to keep trying, Clive. You have to keep trying. I reckon by the time we hit 100 members, we'll have got him. Keep trying. I'm blaming you guys for me buying my Spaceballs army for the third time. I will take that blame, Tim. I will take it. I'm proud of it. We're creating... Look, we're creating our own shield wall every time now. Ah, woo! Could you do a wolf howl for us?
Ow!
I genuinely thought you were just going to tell me to fuck off, and you just went and did it. Look at that team player. Would love to have Luce run the deck on a battle report stream. It could be funny.
I did used to, quite regular when you were in the garage.
Yeah, when we were a lot smaller.
And I had a little flow chart.
When A, we were a lot smaller, and B, doing the whole thing was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like a fucking mobile command center sat there. The amount of times the Thanes have gone and been like, fuck me, there's a lot of buttons. Like, yeah, it takes a lot to run a stream.
Which is why I need refresher training. Because I know if you were really desperate and
I'll be honest,
I said I'd do it, I get so overwhelmed on that
some of it
now.
I'll be honest with you, some of it isn't even refresher. Some of it's just changed. It's just different.
Right, yeah.
So it's not even like, remember how to do this? Because it just doesn't work that way anymore.
Let's just assume I don't remember anything and I'm brand new.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Luce.
Let's just go from there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd already assumed that.
Yeah, okay.
It's been, fuck, it must have been near a year now, surely.
Yeah. No, I have decked in the new studio at least once.
Well, I'll plan it in.
Okay.
Who do you want to learn from? Me or Brom? That's your options.
Brom won't make me cry. So I'll learn from Brom.
I won't make you cry.
You'll make me cry. I'll learn from Brom.
Why would I make you cry?
I'll learn from Brom. I'll learn from Brom. It'll be fine.
I can see why you flogged me that 3 times 5. What are you about? I still don't know what army I want to build. FOMO for every army, I think. Chat, let's help Ivy. Ivy, good guys, bad guys, or aliens? Go. Learn from Joe. You can't learn from Joe. You can't learn from a person who doesn't know what he's doing.
I'll learn from Brom.
Brom does a lot of the teaching when we have new people coming in.
Yeah, see?
He's quite good at it, but I'll give you a heads up with Brom when he teaches. He teaches gently, teaches gently, you're in the deep end, off you go.
Well, then I'll just specify I'm not a deep end person.
Yeah, you need to tell him that.
Brom.
Because what he'll do is he'll teach you, like he'll do an evening where he'll just show you everything. He'll do a second evening where he sort of still shows you everything. And then do a third evening where halfway through he'll get up, fuck off, and be like, go on then.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you need to tell it. That's what I'm saying. You tell him that. That's what he's done with other people before. Go on then, sit down, off you go.
Nope. That's when I go, ha! Good one, Brom. Get back over here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Tom, not an option. I'm not sure. So Tom is very good on the deck, but I'm not entirely sure he'll be able to teach in such a way with his voice that you won't hear it on me and Joe's microphones.
Yeah.
Tom has got 2 volumes, loud and off.
I'll just ask Tom to whisper. Just whisper it, Tom.
He doesn't have that volume. Did Ivy respond? It's 40k, there is no good guys. I mean, that's a good answer. Doesn't really help us pick you a faction. I genuinely gravitate towards good guys, less details to paint. Mostly true, but then Sisters Admech exist. So good guys, what were we saying, chat? We're saying Imperium is the generic good guys? Because it could be argued that Chaos are the good guys, and it could be argued that the Tau are the good guys. Tau are actually good guys.
Why don't you get Brian Blessed to teach
Exactly,
it?
Kaz, exactly, right? Tom's 2 voices are angry or surprised. Exactly. See, Ash knows.
Maybe me and Tom will complement each other then.
Nah, I think we get Brom to do it.
I'll learn from Brom.
Tau are kind of the good guys. Meat's got to be fair, sort of. And they're quite clean and less detail to paint. And they're not bad. It depends on what you want, though. The next question, once you pick good guys, do you like stabby, stabby, fighty, fighty, or pew, pew, shooty, shooty? Which do you prefer? Or a mix of both? You want bang, bang, stab, stab, or both? I'm noticing also, chat, a number of grey names in here right now. Okay. I don't know if you would like to facilitate these grey names becoming green or not.
Would my flowchart still work at all?
No.
Oh, I need new
It's complete nonsense now. We'd
nonsense?
have to get, yeah, like the flowchart would be nonsense if you were sat in front of the buttons. It wouldn't make any sense. So we used to use what's called a switcher, which was the big thing that was about that long, where you picked your camera buttons. Remember? You pick camera, it's gone. Fuck that off.
Why?
Because I was restricted to 1080p and I wanted to upgrade to 4K.
Oh, okay.
So now we use the little deck that looks like this one for switching cameras.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah, you would have used it before for some of the parts of the stream. Let's say mostly melee. Good guys, mostly melee.
Only good guys are the Ogrin, smiley face emoji.
Thank you for your radio Armageddon, you're a legend. So we're saying good guys, mostly melee. So you're probably looking at Blood Angels, potentially Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Sisters maybe, Custodes possibly. Custodes look like they're full of detail, but they're really not. Because you just leave it all gold. Armies of the Imperium. You could do it maybe with that, with Imperial Knights, but they're probably not a great army for a beginner. Maybe Grey Knights. But I wouldn't advise Grey Knights. Oh, and Black Templars.
Ba 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 bum bum ba bum. Seriously?
Oh, no, stop.
Seriously, deep sleeper, not woken up by ship crashing in his garden.
Because it didn't happen, or?
Johann Helberg had been sound asleep when a 135-meter-long container ship ran aground in his garden.
Fuck!
No oil spills, nobody died. They're just gonna let the high tide take the boat back out again. He only got woken up because his neighbour told him.
Where was this?
On Thursday.
Where?
In Norway.
In Norway. Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, not here.
Jesus Christ.
The picture looks pretty
Mind
amazing.
you, to be honest, if a boat's crashed in our garden tonight, I'd probably sleep through it. I'll be honest. It's highly likely.
There's literally a few meters between the wall of his house and the boat. Ship? Boat.
Yeah, boats, all boats.
Ship.
Navy people will tell you there's a difference. They're all boats.
Yeah. And they already drugs and alcohol tested the captain and he was fine. So something has gone very, very wrong.
My favourite model is the Boxnaut, followed by Termes. I don't want to field entirely Termes though. The Boxnaut is a difficult one because, strictly speaking, most chapters don't really have them anymore. I think you can still. Can you still buy them? I don't know if you can still buy them. The
Ding. For Ivy, all factions think they are the good guys from their perspective. There are 3 types of armies: melee, shooting, and the Imperial Guard, which can do both. Not bias at all. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Everyone's got their own bias. Thank you for the hat trick. You're a legend. Everyone's got their own bias towards the faction that they love the most. If you like Boxnauts, I think anyone can still take a Dreadnought. It's whether they still sell their Boxnaut kit. I don't know if they do. You can still buy the Boxnaut Space Wolf kit, but it's got a lot of detail on it, and you said you don't want to do detail. They have the Brutalis, the Ballistus, the Redemptor, the Invictor. Are all on the website still. But looking at it, you can't buy Boxnauts anymore.
The
Big
homeowner
sad.
of this boat incident said the doorbell rang at a time when I don't really like opening the door. I like to go back to sleep, but it was a very insistent ring, so I finally went to answer it.
So not only did the boat crash in his garden, they also tried to let him know, and he's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't like answering the door at this time. Come back later.
But you could have charged him docking fees.
Could have, yeah. They have to wait till high tide. It's an inconvenience.
So not only did the ship crash into his garden, but then he just decided, I'm not fucking getting up to that this time of night. That random person knocking my door. You can still buy the Venerable Dreadnought. Well, I say you can. It says notify me when available. He's cool. I miss Boxnauts, chat. Boxnauts or Redemptor variants? Boxnauts 1, Redemptor variants 2, go. Excuse me. I've still got the remnants of this man flu that I can't shift. I don't feel unwell. I feel fine.
Yeah.
But I was hearing myself breathing the other day, and I was like, earlier, and I was like, what the fuck is? Because that sinus there is just fucking.
He was probably still also getting over proper flu from November. And then
Probably.
man flu's maybe just taking a bit more of a grip than it normally would.
Oh my god, Chelsea are losing. Haha. So Ivy's a 1, John's a 1, the Lord of House of Corvus is 1, Stefan's a 1, William's a 1. Most of the people are 2s. Forsaken's a 1, Adam's a 2, Jorfin's a 1. I'm a Boxnaut person. I miss old Boxnauts. I found there's of the Space Wolves that Lee had lent to us. At one point, what he did is he did an all-Walker Space Wolves army back in I think it might have been 8th edition, where he had a Space Wolves thingy, a Space Wolves, what's it called? Imperial Knight, that he's got like some converted 3D printed bits from. And it was all Dreadnoughts.
Just realized I remember when you were on deck in the new Studio Loose. You co-decked with Liam and Brom was playing Orcs. You joined him in a what? And I was on my way home from work.
Oh,
Great evening.
there you go. There's 4 yellow ones to go for target, chat. Look at you lot go. See? What was I going to say then? I thought I was going to say thank you, Johan. And thank you, Chris Lowe, for becoming a Yalty member all by yourself. Up to 55. Look at you, wonderful people. 5 more to 60. I believe in you. You can do it. I believe in a thing called love. Yeah, I don't hate the Redemptor Dreads. I like the Redemptor Dreads. If they're posed well, I love them. I like the Ballistus. I like the Brutalis. But I don't. Boxnauts are just so classic. And I found this army of Lee's, and he had a knight, he had a Leviathan painted in Space Wolf colours, He had Logan and a Blizzard Shield and Axe and Murderfang, not Logan, sorry, Bjorn, and then loads of other random box noughts of random weapons, and I just loved it. I was like, I want box noughts back. I legitimately want box noughts back. I need to see, have I got, hang on. I picked this up when I knew they were staying in the Codex, and I couldn't tell you guys because I didn't want to give away that they were all still in the Codex. But I wonder, because in the Space Marine Codex, isn't there still the generic data sheet for Dreadnoughts? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, some more transfers. Because this is a box knot, Space Wolves Dreadnought. There's a multi-melter in it. There is the heavy flamer for under the power fist. There is all Space Wolfy bits. There is a Hellfrost cannon, an assault cannon. So it doesn't have the las cannons, which makes me sad, or the missile launcher. But the Space Wolves Venerable Dreadnought. I see you, Carl, trying to get loose to break the rules again. We've seen it. He says, quick, Loose, read the boxes under the desk again.
No, I got told off.
Straight facts. Venerable Dreadnought. This model's assault cannon can be equipped with one of the following: Hellfrost or Melter Cannon. This model's Stormbolt opposed to Heavy Flamer. There's assault cannon, Stormbolt, Dreadnought combat weapon can be equipped with one of the following: Federation Great Axe, Disaster. Dreadnought close combat weapon. 5 attacks, 3 is 12, minus 2 is 3. So can you just build like a normal power fist out of it then? Is that a thing? I just kind of don't love the stupid fucking axe and shield nonsense. You can build True Claw for Bjorn. You can build a normal Dreadnought close combat weapon. So you can make a non. Ooh. So you can run 3 spells. This is interesting. I'm doing this live, by the way, because fuck it, why not? So you can run 3 Space Wolf Venerable Dreadnoughts, which are box noughts, which means you can run 3 Hellfrost cannons with Dreadnought close combat weapons, which makes me happy. And they're okay. Toughness 9, 2 up save, 8 wounds. No invuln though is sad, and the big sadness you have the shield. Interesting. Love that. Love that for me. Wolves. You can also run Murderfang, 3 Wolfen Dreadnoughts, 3 Space Wolf Dreadnoughts, Bjorn, and have space left over for generic Space Marine Dreadnoughts. And because Bjorn's a character, you can still, in 10th edition 40k, run a Space Wolf army that is all Dreadnoughts. All Dreadnoughts, all the time, nothing else. That makes me happy. I'm wondering if the box noughts when we move to Heresy. Do they just use Contemptors instead? Warhammer seems to be hit or miss. Black Templars, Dark Angels, and Space Wolves, they nailed it. Blood Angels, they completely missed the bloody target. I agree, Johnny, honestly. I do completely agree. Sad. The goal for 10 yellow ones ends in 5 minutes and 41 seconds. For 4 more yellow ones, team. Do it. It's a bit of a meme list, though. I don't think it'll be very good. I might use a Space Wolf Dread for a Hellbrute. Good chassis on it. How dare you? How dare you, sir? How about running a Space Wolf All Dread list? Oh, we just been through that. Just want the box knot options for the Redemptor class Dreadnoughts. The thing is now as well, because they're on significantly bigger bases, I was always like, I was kind of like, you could just run normal Dreadnoughts instead. as long as they kind of have the same weapons. But because the Redemptive variants are on such massive bases and they're so much taller, you can't really do it. And even if you put it on a bigger base, you're just essentially just modelling from advantage. I think it'll look silly on a bigger base. Kind of doesn't really work. I think that'll be my list. Do it. You're allowed. One of the biggest downsides I have with the Redemptors in most things in 10th edition is the lack of options for weapons and such. Yeah, it's a bit mono, isn't it, that way? Like, at least that Vulnerable Dreadnought gives me some options. Hellfrost, Assault Cannon, Multi-Melter, and then either a Fist or an Axe and Shield if I want to instead. Love a Tactical Rock. I mostly love a Tactical Rock. I'm going off Tactical Rocks because I can't use custom bases with Tactical Rocks as easily. And I'm a fucking really lazy kit basher. With the cost of Warhamsters, I kind of want to just be able to buy models and then be fine.
Are you still documenting or snaps?
I haven't had a response. I've had 2 emails from YouTube since the last round of trying to get it fixed that have both said, we're aware that the problem still exists, we're still working on it, which means possibly they found something and they don't know how to fix it. Or they just set a calendar reminder every 6 months to send me an email about fuck off, Liam, we don't care.
Yeah.
One of the two. We just had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I watch on my phone, I never get one.
Yeah, it's the Google. It's actually not Google because I think people were getting them on other web browsers. So it's the web browser app. Hey? Yeah, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Are all options. Unless any of you are watching one of those ones and you're not getting all snaps. So the last 3 evenings, kit bashing 6 8-bound and 2 slaughterbound and painting trim on 20 berserkers. I was very close today. I was really tempted, Lockie, today, right? I was building my first little Bloodclaw that I showed you guys earlier with his little hand out and his axe because he's a fucking beautiful little model. And I was very tempted before I put his arms on to get my hands on Berserker kits and use Berserker arms. And I know that Fletch from Tactics had done it, from Tabletop Tactics. So I went and had a look and they look really cool. I like the idea of big fucking bulging bare arms on them. And then then you realise you have to buy a box of Berserkers for every 10 Bloodclaws or every 10 Grey Hunters. I was like, that gets expensive. And then you also realise they've just got more trim. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Not a good idea. Anyway, chat, we're still on 55 of the finest members. We need to hit target tonight, otherwise Luce is going to drive a ship into the back of your garden. I've heard bigger YouTubers say for people to turn it off then on, allow gifted subscribers. What's that for? Never happens to be on Firefox. Or only a couple of times ages ago. It seems to happen most on Chrome, which is odd because that's YouTube's platform. Oh, we downloaded our logo game.
Yeah, we're on level 16.
We are struggling right now.
I am paying so much attention to the world around me now. Every logo. I was on the bus, looking at the bus logo going, I'm going to remember that.
Here's a challenge for you, chat, right? I'll find it on the App Store because I don't want to show off what all my apps are. App Store. Logo. Quiz. This one at the top here, right? Can you see this? It won't show because my eyes.
Close your eyes.
Well, I can't see what I'm doing. It won't show you. How do I... Back here? No? No? Yeah? No? No? Yeah? No? Fine? Camera? Yeah? Camera? Yeah? Oh! 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 Logo quiz 2025. Guess the logo.
Nobody sext him now. It will come up and you'll be outed.
Logo quiz 2025. Guess the logo. All right. That's the one you want. It worked. I made it work. And I want to see how many logos you fuckers get. It's fucking hard. And no cheating either. Luce was like, at one point, there was one logo. Luce was like, we're just going to Google it. I was like, no cheating.
And then you let me Google it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
We Googled some spelling.
No, we Googled the Gucci one because I was like, I'm pretty sure my dad had a jumper that had that on in the 80s.
You had to know it was Gucci to find it.
But you still Googled it. I could have been like, that's a bread make, and then just Googled 2Gs as a logo.
It doesn't tell me how many total levels we've completed. Well, it tells me how many levels we've done, but it hasn't told me how many total logos we've unlocked. Why won't it tell me how many we've done in total? I want to know the data. I like data. We are so far, we are on level 17, all right? I have max level 1, 2, and 3. I've got 2 to go on level 4, max level 5, 3 to go on level 6, 2 to go on level 7, max level 8, 2 to go on level 9, 5 to go on level 10, max level 11, 3 to go on 12, 5 to go on 13, 4 to go on 14, then it starts to fall apart. We've got 7 to go on 15, 6 to go on 16, and 7 to go on 17. It's really fucking hard.
I really didn't think there was that many logos in the world. I don't know what I thought there was instead, but I thought maybe like 100?
It's 15 logos per level, and it goes to level 100.
Yeah, I didn't think there was that many logos in the world. I just thought after logos, it's just the names of things.
So there's 1,500 logos to solve. Finally just painted my Dark Angels Battle Force box when the Space Wolves got announced. Can't decide if I should commit or sell up and switch to the Space Wolves. That's a hard one, Jimmy. They're both stunning ranges as well. Someone get that man a membership so he can come in Discord and we can talk about it later. So we're stuck on 55 right now. Need your phone share for lists. Yeah, I've forgotten how to do it. Do we play the logo game? Where's my phone share? Let's view. Is that the one? Sorry, chat. I wonder if this will work now.
Biblical Nipple. I think it's World Brands because we put in the English name of a logo and it automatically changed it to the American name. So I think it's World Logos.
Please ensure the device is on the same network. It is. Oh, they've changed it. I don't know. I don't like this. Why does this not work anymore? Well, it doesn't seem to work anymore. This makes me sad. I'm going to have to work out how to do this all over again. I was like, the best way we can get the logos done, Luce, is by getting chat to answer all the questions for us. Much easier there, wouldn't it?
Well, didn't we put in Walkers and then it changed it to...
No, I put in Lays for that one.
But it was the Walkers logo.
Yeah, which is called Lays in different countries.
Yeah. Yeah. But then there was another one that you put in the English of and then it changed it automatically to the American one.
Okay. Okay, so we logged in. That's good. Okay.
American English is better. Stop it.
Right, okay, right, okay. It doesn't seem to do what I wanted to do anymore. Should we try unplug and replug? Doop. Doop. I don't think it's gonna work, team. Brandon, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Ingream, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. You're also a legend. You're both legends. My thingy's not working, and I don't know why it's not working. This is definitely the one I used to use. Let's see if I can see you people now. I can see people. Thank you so much, Brandon, for the 1 gifted. Thank you so much, Ingrim. I don't know if I'm saying that right for the 1 gifted as well. Shut up, YouTube. It's fine. But there was a thing I was using before, which used to tell me how I could connect my iPhone, and now for some reason the iPhone option has gone altogether. I wonder what happens if I exit the program, and then if I get it up again, will it figure it out? You know, the old turn it off, turn it on again. No, it doesn't seem to be working. Why has this stopped working then? It used to be fine with iPhone. Now it doesn't like it anymore. Settings. Settings. Hotkeys. Storage. Display. Doesn't work. It's broke. The iPhone option's gone away for some reason, so we can't play the logo game. All I wanted to do is play the logo game with you, and have you do all my answers for me. I'm gonna be honest. That's all I really wanted.
Oh, you were stuck on Chevrolet.
It's not Chevrolet.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
But it's not Chevrolet, because otherwise that would have fixed it, wouldn't it?
What if you just misspelled Chevrolet?
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
Hey, Chevrolet. No, oh, YouTube's now being fucking really funny. Oh my god! The classic avionic fix, of course. Of course. Thank you so much for the gifted, you wonderful human beings. That puts us on a monumental 61. Monday team got 80. Can you beat Monday team? You won't beat Tuesday night team because John got his knob out. It says YouTube is not receiving enough data, but it's clearly lying to me because it is. Or are you guys getting buffering? Are you getting buffering? It's watching me.
I'll let you know in 40 seconds.
If Centurion's the same size as Boxnauts, you can have 18 in an army, correct? Now that would be fucking awesome to see. It would be awesome to see, 100%. My wife wants to know what's your next Lego build. I have an AT-AT to build in the studio. I need about 4 days to fucking build it though. And at the moment, I don't know if you guys can tell, but at the moment, I'm quite tired and stressed quite often. And the concept of spending a whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday all in the studio making a Lego module away from the family is not great. And I'm sure at some point in the near future that will get better. But right now, that as a kind of, hey, you could do this is a bit, I don't really want to. It's fine, no buff. I've just got this big amber fucking thing in front of me saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain the smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffer. Obviously, you're not. Thank you so much, Dats and Des, for the 1 gift. Thank you, Chris K, for becoming a Skull tier member all by yourself.
Yeah, no buffering here.
What a fucking bunch of legends. We're on 63, team. So yeah, I have the Lego AT-AT to build. What I wanted to do, I found a couple of different motorbikes on the Lego Technic side. And the one that I wanted, I was like, oh, that's great. I clicked on it, 200 quid. I'm like, fucking Jesus, Lego. Fuck me sideways. I think we might have to... The thing is that Lego streams don't do very well, so I think we might have to not buy Lego to build for a while. I need to get this AT-AD done though. Also, when you've got a £700 AT-AT sat there ready to be built, you probably should do that before doing any more Lego. Chris K, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. After becoming a Skull tier member as well. That's 2 out of 3 for a hat trick.
No, we're not counting. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Just gifteds and supers.
Oh, you're not counting becoming a member?
I cannot keep having this conversation.
Edward, thank you for the 1 gifted. Whee! That still puts us 11 behind Monday Night Crew, despite the fact that it's a whee! Honestly, chat, I think Luce makes up these rules as she goes along. Mr. Wargun is still trying to get membership as well, poor bastard. He's been on the outside for months now, team.
I don't know what he has to do to get on the inside.
No, well, quite, yeah. Wait, what are we waiting for, Escape? There's Assault Centurion box knots. That's another 18. 36 bot knot army. Love it. More members, John. Yeah, that's what we need. Just check my gifted. I just then turned it off and on again. Good man. Mordiammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. Thank you for taking it. Look at that! You got him! You actually got him! Jeez! Finally! It fixed!
I don't think even I've held out that long for something.
Fair play, he's kept trying. We're still 30 away from a target though, chat. So, you know, just let's focus on the real goal here. Okay? Let's focus on the real goal. We're 2 likes away from 100 as well. That's free. Wonderful bastards. I'm actually, talking about Lego build, I'm actually very much looking forward to this weekend because I don't really have anything major planned. So I might do a VAD stream on one of the days, but otherwise I'm actually just going to spend my time hobbying, which I haven't had time to do for a long time, which is, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I've not been able to sit at my airbrush booth for weeks. I've not, when I had man flu, I didn't want to sit over a hobby table because it just fucking pours out your face and that's horrible, isn't it? Do you ever do, when you, if you've got like head coldy, do you not knit because you're leaning over and it, or do you just get on with it anyway?
It's been ages since I've had a cold.
Because I sit with a head cold and I'm like, I don't want to, maybe this is just me being a little bitch, but I sit with a head cold and I'm like, I don't want to watch anything because my eyes hurt. I got a headache.
Right.
But then my hobbying, you're like this, building or painting, and it's just fucking, it's horrible. So I don't want to do that either. But I don't know if it's just me being.
I don't know. It really has been ages since I've had any kind of cold. So I don't know.
Yeah. Tony Winnick, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend, up to 75. 5 more to catch up with Monday Night Crew. A few hundred to catch up with Tuesday Night Crew, to be fair, but you know. Thank you so much, Tony, for the 5 gifted. Instantly got Nicholas. Yeah, you did. Have we got any more grey names you want to be sniped? Luce has just grabbed her facts book. It's a bit premature here, Luce.
Oh.
What?
I'm just getting ready.
Oh, my amber warning's gone away. You're legends anyway. Thank you so much for the gifted, people. What a bunch of fucking heroes. I love you all. But yes, I have maximum hobby hype right now because Space Wolves. I'll be honest with you, the book... Actually, also, straight up honesty, playing that detachment yesterday, I actually think it's a bit better than I thought it was. I don't think it's, like, incredible. I don't think it beats Gladius. But I think it's better than I thought it was. And that got me quite hyped as well. So what I did is I came home... I started building 5 bodies, only to realise that they're grey hunters. I don't want grey hunters. I want blood claws. Stop them and started building my blood claws. All my head takers are on shot glasses, ready to go. Chelsea losing at half time. Lol. Do you hobby when under the weather? No, not really. Not normally. I just don't want, like, I'm a person who really enjoys, like, this sounds, I don't know if this sounds silly or not. Maybe, I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know what you think reading a book.
What's that? No, what's that?
I can't, hobby is my happy place.
Yeah.
Right? Where I'm just really enjoying myself and I'm just sat there in my own little world. I can't hobby whilst under the weather or sick because it's like negative association. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to feel like dog shit and hobbying because the other thing as well is like even if it's not like say it's not like man flu, it's another type of under the weather. Like it's well I don't want to not do my best work because I'm feeling shit and I'm tired and you know. So I'd rather not bother. I'd rather just fucking sit and vegetate and feel sorry for myself and moan.
So do that then.
I do. You know I do. Thank you so much, Colin B, for the 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Saga of the Bold all the way. Which one's Saga of the Bold? Which one of the two of those is it? Where's my buch? Where's me buch? Where's me buch, Arkid? Saga of the Hunter. Saga of the Bold. It's not bad. It's the other one that I'd like to try. I might try it tomorrow. I like the fact there's lots of character-y stuff. It's not bad, Saga of the Bold. I do like it. Thank you, Colin, for the 5. We're on 80. We matched Monday, crew. So we just need, what, babe, 50 to beat them?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, go on then. See, you do say so. I can do anything when I'm not well. I'm a nightmare. You mean can or do you mean can't, Dave? Can't. Yeah, okay, can't. Good. Yeah, I can't. I'm fucking... I get to a point where I become such a grumpy little shitbag because, like, I'll be like, I don't want a hobby. Manfully, for example, don't want a hobby because I feel like toilet. I know what I'll do. I'll play some video games like Call of Duty or whatever, and then moments of playing that game, my headache starts pounding. Don't want to do that anymore. Turn that off. Maybe I'll sit and watch some TV, but I have to have like the lights off and just sit there on my bed quietly, and then it's fine. Ish. But even then I get to the point where I'm like, I feel crap. I'm not enjoying this program. I'm such an association person. Like, feel good with what you're doing being something that you enjoy. So, like, sometimes I'll use, like, Lord of the Rings or Band of Brothers to sort of help me feel a bit better. But sometimes I feel so shit that I'm like, it's not helping. And now I'm just feeling rubbish whilst watching my favourite program. Turn it off. And then what I do, as Luce will allude to, is I go up to my bedroom and I lay on my bed, just in the quiet. That's it. That's what I do. Come on, Betis. Chelsea were dead cert phase, weren't they? Saga of the Hunter with a bunch of blood claws and head takers with wolves. I don't like Saga of the Hunter, I'll be honest with you, Ryan. What do you want tomorrow? Saga of the Bold or Saga of the Hunter? Because I was going to do Bold. I was going to do Bold tomorrow. What do you want though, chat? What are you after? And thank you all you wonderful people for the amazing gifts as well. You're legends, all of you. We're 20 away from target. If you're a gambling man, how much would you check Warcom tomorrow? Tomorrow? What for? Fun fact, says Bella. Did you know? I don't know if this is. I think this might be a bot. Did you know that today, the May 28th, is National Masturbation Day? It's every day in this house.
Why is the T weird?
Oh no. Okay, it's because it's a fucking sex bot.
Oh.
Hide. Gone. Done.
Oh, Bella, we were so looking forward to. No.
I was slightly suspicious when she was called Bella Strawberry.
And in her underwear. Oh, Bella.
I mean, that happens to me all the time.
Wrong show.
Bold tomorrow. Hunter Bold. Bold is good. I'm also thinking about, right, hear me out, keeping hold of the cosplay for the Crusade campaign. What do we think about that? Tell me what you think, chat. Tell me what you think about this. Turn 1 saga completion. You reckon you do it in turn 1? Well, killing the oath target turn 1 would be quite hard. Behind enemy lines turn 1 is not that hard depending on the opponent because of Logan's ability. What was the other one? Holding an objective in no man's land is also not that hard. So the deployment zone in no man's land is quite easy. Don't be a joke. What do you mean? No, I'm not, because we're doing a Crusade campaign. My tunic turned up today, chat. I'm just thinking about being in character for the Crusade. Even for the hobby streams of the Crusade. Is what I'm thinking. What's a dislike with Thunderwolf Cavalry? I think the models look dumb as shit. I really don't like them. Giant wolves that are just really weirdly, oddly proportioned that don't look nice at all. Followed by really weirdly squatty Space Marines with stupidly splayed out legs as they kind of sort of sit on this stupid sized wolf. They just don't look nice. They don't look nice at all. So, I don't know. How good are the Space Wolf battle traits? What's battle traits? You can wear your Vikings kit to the football game. They've got the football shirt. Mordyhammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. Up to 81. We beat Monday team by 1. I thought you could do better than that, but we beat Monday team by 1. I have my Vikings shirt upstairs, safe, Mr. Tony. Dire wolves are cool, ask any Stark. Yeah, and then you've got the Fenrisians and the Head Takers wolves, which are dire wolves. Thunder wolves are dumb. Fenrisians and the Head Taker wolves are the dire wolves, right? They're the right scale. Thunder wolves, dumb. Would Primaris make them look better? No, I don't think they would. Honestly, I think that model's just a dead model for me, personally. I've been looking at whether Outriders will fit on Thunderwolf bases, so I can kit bash Outriders with Space Wolf bits to turn them into my version of Thunderwolves, which is my mounted unit on motorbikes, because motorbikes are also cool as shit. And if I can get Vikings on motorbikes, I'm very, very happy. I've actually been looking at things like the Head Takers and seeing if there's a way in which I can cut them at the waist and fit the rest of them on the motorbike. Squirrel Noob, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You wonderful human beings. You write these down, Luce?
No.
No? Have we missed Mordies and Squirrel Noobs?
Oh no, I'm getting Squirrel Noob. I'm Mordy. I thought, did you mean I was writing your gibberish down?
My gibberish?
Yeah.
How dare you call it gibberish? Tom, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Someone also said about face tattoos. Now, you may remember on the stream where we funded me when we funded me cosplaying, I now own a tunic. I have this piece all ready to go. They also gifted enough memberships for a head tattoo. In fact, it was cheeky Mr. McCardle who pushed us over the edge. Do you remember?
Cheeky.
He then instantly messaged me and said, I'm joking, you don't have to get a head tattoo. I was like, that's not how it works. Target was hit.
You are getting the head tattoo because you want to get the head tattoo. You're not that much of an idiot.
No.
I'm really struggling to read your cues. Are you or are you not getting the head tattoo because you want to get the head tattoo?
Yeah, but you don't tell them that.
Right, okay, fine.
Fucking hell, woman!
What do you mean, fucking hell, woman? Don't be that guy that permanently scars his body for other people.
I talked to you about it a long time ago.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm like, why, I don't understand, but you are. You are getting it because you want to get it.
I like the idea of giant walls without Space Marine crotching them and not weird bent poses. Don't mind some servo implants, though. I just don't like them. I'm not a fan. At all. The thing I did think about whether I could potentially buy Thunderwolves, not put the riders on and just run them as giant wolves, but they have like an understrap, and I can't be bothered to fucking try and remove it all and green stuff it. It's a weird half underbelly strap that just sort of stops where the rider's feet sit, like they're on stirrups. In fact, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. If there were Scout Wolves and Thunderwolves, it would look better. I'm just not a fan. Do
you know what you're getting?
I have sent Josh loads of ideas, and I need to wait for him to do a design for me.
Is it gonna go round the back? You're gonna get the other side done.
I was thinking about only having one side done, I'll be honest.
Okay.
At this stage. Because he was like, because that's one of the first questions he asked me. He's like, well, how long will it take? And he said, do you want it to be perfectly symmetrical on both sides? I was like, why? He went, because I needed someone else for that. I can't do that on a Sunday. Because to get it lined up...
Would he not just do it himself on a separate session?
No, but to get the stencil lined up, you need 2 people to line the stencil up.
Okay.
Get it in the right place. So I was like, just one, and just where the hair is.
Just in case.
In the future, if I ever get to the point where I'm like, YouTube's dying on its arse, I need to go for a job interview, I can grow the hair out for 5 weeks, then no one will know it's there. Sensible.
I could just call ahead and be like, he has a tattoo. It's really cool. You should get him to shave his head. And then you can all marvel at his head tattoo. Just when the director of the company's coming in.
Yeah, well. So the channel does scale back and you need a job. Is a head tattoo a good move? Oh, we just talked about that, Yeston. Got it covered. Only where the hair is, grow the hair out. Easy. It's not face either, for reference. I can't think anything worse of having anything on here done. Not for me.
Do you remember James was born with pressure marks on his face that looked like a mask?
It did a little bit, yeah.
And I was like, there's no way he can go to public school like that. There's no way. That's a lamb to the slaughter. Luckily, it was just a pressure.
Outriders and Sandals will be cool as fuck. I think maybe, yeah. I think it works. Let's say it wasn't a hard sell, it wasn't. To be fair, Liam, we'll go with what he wants anyway. Ask his poor Elder army, or is this the fourth Space Force army started casting? Fourth. But finally, the models that I like. What if you go bold? Well, my 66-year-old father isn't, so I think we're fine.
He's not 66.
He's not, actually. Is he? Hang on. No, he's not. He's 65. Yes, 1960 he was born. 65. February 1960 he was born.
February 1960?
Yeah. 65. I wanted to get my face tattooed like Darth Maul, but my wife wasn't keen. Here is fine. Neck, I don't mind. I'm not sure about this part of the neck. I don't think I would. But also, I feel like, maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like the modern day attitude towards tattoos is wildly different now. Don't you think?
Yes.
I think it's wildly different. They're so much more common now. I don't feel like the stigma... I feel like if I had cunt tattooed across my forehead, that would be a fair enough reason for someone to be like,
yeah,
you're customer facing? Maybe not.
So it's not that you don't get the job. Yeah. It's just that...
if you're hid away in a garage working on a spanner, like, it doesn't matter. You can be cunt, because if you just... no one's going to ever see you. But if you're coming out front and talking to a customer, that could be a problem. Yeah, that's fair enough.
If we just round out the C and add a stalk, you could be bunt or punt.
Yeah. Or just get really good with face makeup.
Yeah.
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 But it'll be fine. We're also, chat, for reference, we're about to do Loose Fact. We're 9 members away from a full shield wall. Right, you can turn on there. We're £25 away from Super Chat target. I'll leave that to you as we go into the magical moment of Loose Fact.
If you yelled for 8 years, 7 months and 6 days, you would have produced enough sound energy to heat enough water for 1 cup of tea.
What a fucking useless fact.
Well, with how loud you are, I mean, we're like... I'm 14 years in now.
How many?
I've nearly got 2 cups of tea out of you.
It's not a lot of tea, is it? We drink more than that in an hour.
Yeah.
How long do you have to yell for?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days.
Continuously.
You sound surprised. You sound surprised. But we're nearly on cup of tea number 2.
I don't think we are.
I think we are.
Tony, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships.
See?
Morning, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Thank you so much, Tony, you fucking beautiful human being. I think it's the same Tony. Tony has invited me to go to an NFL game in, I think, London later on this year.
Oh, no.
With him. How nice is that?
Very nice.
And I'm free and on my way home from 2 days off. Have a good one all, and just one more thing.
Ding! Thank you so much, Morning Hammer, for the 1. Thank you, Tony, for the 10 gifted. Absolute legend. And thank you, Johan Gustafsson, for the $50 and the hat trick. You wonderful human. We got to 92. Look at you, amazing people. We were, however, a meager £21.46 off of our super chat target that we do. But I will allow it. Now, tomorrow, we are back with a Liam and Joe show at 13:30. And then in the evening time, there is another live game of Warhammer 40k. I am playing Joe. I'm bringing Space Wolves. I am likely to be bringing Saga of the Bold. And then Mr. Tom returns on the deck for us tomorrow evening because he's been away in Italia.
My fact checker has been in touch.
Oh, he didn't super chat it? Well, I don't want to know then.
I want to know.
All right, go on. I want to know.
Yes, that's actually based on a popular physics joke that plays with the concept of sound energy. Here's how the calculation roughly works. Average power output of a human yelling is about 1 watt. Energy required to boil a cup of water, let's say 1 cup is 250 mils. Raising temperature from -20 to 100 degrees, which is an 80-degree increase. Water's specific heat is 4.186 J/G degrees centigrade. Energy needed, 250 grams times 4.186 J/G degrees centigrade times 80 degrees centigrade equals...
Super chat in it.
83.720 J, 250 grams times 4.186 J/G degrees centigrade times 80 degrees centigrade equals 83,720 J. Time to generate 83,720 J at 1 watt is 720 J, 1 J/S equals 83. Good Lord, Yestin. So in reality, if you could yell continuously at 1 watt, which is generous, you'd only need about 1 day, not 8 years. The 8 years, 7 months and 6 days claim comes from an extremely inefficient energy transfer model, perhaps accounting for all the losses and assuming something like 0.000000001% efficiency in converting yelling to heat energy. In short, it's a fun exaggeration rooted in physics, not literal but clever. So, babe, you owe me lots of cups of tea.
No wonder he didn't super chat. It would have cost him $8,000. Fucking hell. I don't understand what the joke was either.
This is how we feel when Joe talks.
It started off with, it's actually from a common joke, and there was no joke there.
There was no joke.
Fucking hell, that's a physicist joke, isn't it? Fuck me sideways.
That was fun, yes. Then we should do another one.
In short, it was a false truth. It was a lie. It wasn't a truth. It was loose, not loose. My God, woman. It's not entirely your fault. You were sent it, but fucking hell. Thank you, Hugh, for the $2. That meant we finished on £19.48 short, but I appreciate you anyway. Thank you so much. Right. I don't really know what you've just said.
Neither do I.
No.
What is J/G degrees centigrade?
The worst part about that is
that?
when you're about 2/3 of the way through that, what Yeston could do is you could go into the middle of that sentence and just write anything you want. So you're probably going to read it out.
I feel like we're all a little bit smarter today.
James says, wait, what was the equation again?
Something about J/G degrees centigrade times 80 degrees centigrade.
So what was the... Ivy says, what are the eventual verdicts for me? Wolves or Custodians? It depends. I would preference wolves every time, but they have a lot more trim that needs painting, a lot more detail on them, but I think they're gorgeous. They've got new models. So if you're okay with that because they've got the better models, do it. Go for wolves. Learn to paint. Take some time with them. Accept the fact that the first few won't be great, and watch painting guides and stuff like that, and enjoy the process. If you're really, really, really dead against that kind of detail, then perhaps Custodians is the way to go. Right? Cool. Fuck me. Right, anyway, now we've had that.
The urge to cut all my hair off.
Please don't. Please don't.
Do you ever have an urge to be like, this one?
Yeah, but my hair grows incredibly fast. And two, I'm a guy, I get away with it. Yes, and things one gifted. Please don't.
And then...
I would cry.
Gotta fight the urge. It'd be good. Cutting all your hair off is good. Like,
no,
fresh start and all that.
No, it's not good. No.
And plus, I'm getting so grey now that, like, maybe I should just stop the dye and just embrace the grey. Let the grey happen.
But you won't. You and I both know you won't.
Then think about how cheap it'll be to dye my hair if it's just 2 inches long.
No, that's not how that works. It'd be really expensive to dye your hair if it's 2 inches long, because I'd have left.
See, long hair is so boring.
Don't you fucking start. Right, anyway. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings, for hanging out with us tonight. We did hit 104, actually, of the finest memberships. Thank you so much, you beautiful human beings. And actually, the extra 4 members is around £20 worth. So we could argue that makes up for the shortfall in chat revenue. There you go. We also hit 124 likes. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed the content, liking it really, really helps. We've been growing a relatively reasonable amount lately, including subscribers and stuff like that. A lot more than we have been for a while. So if you've got friends into the hobby, people that you think might enjoy our content, especially our battle reports and banter, please think about sharing it around. We're trying to get to 35,000 subs, which will be amazing. I appreciate all you people that have been subscribed for ages. I also appreciate the people that have found us relatively recently. I love you all. Thank you so much. You're amazing people. That's us from today. For today, though, we have 3 more shows this week officially on this channel. We have a Liam and Joe show tomorrow. We have a live game in the evening of more Space Wolves. We have an After Dark on Friday where we'll drink some mead and chat about absolute bollocks for most of the evening. And then at some point, probably Saturday, there may be a Vag stream. So it won't be Friday because we're picnicking, or are we picnicking later? That's why I asked you about the timing earlier.
Oh, so it won't be like nighttime picnic.
That no wonder he didn't super chat comment made me laugh so hard and loud, and I was passing by a cop car at the same time.
Stop super chatting then so you can pay your fine. Thank you so much, Johan, you legend. Yeah, so it was whether I do a Vag stream on Friday night. If you are interested in me just chilling out playing some kind of video game, ! Vag in the chat.
Friday night?
No, Friday day.
Oh.
And at some point over the weekend, I might jump on and play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla because Vikings or something like that. I don't know yet. Who knows? But yeah, you can join us on that channel. We keep the gaming stream separate on the channels because I don't want to fuck the algorithm on this channel by putting video games on there. So it's just another way of hanging out. If you do support any of the channels, they all feed the same business. So thank you so much to people that do gift and super chat on all of the platforms because it's amazing and it all supports the same business and it all helps Luce and I and puts a roof over our head, food in our fridges and food in Joe's belly at the same time. You're all amazing human beings. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Liam and Joe show at 13:30. If not, there is, like I said, the live game at 7:30, more Space Wolves. I don't know what Joe's bringing yet. If we don't see you for either of those, before we go, we'll ask Luce what she thinks about you wonderful humans.
Best chat.
Best chat. And otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.